Okay.
So the players enter court one for the quarter-final of the men's doubles. It's a match between China and Germany. China in the red shirts, Germany in the predominantly black shirts. Zhu Xin, the penhold grip player, the left-hander, playing with Ma Long, and Patrick Baum playing with Bastian Steger. There's Ma Long, 22 years of age, currently ranked at number 5 in the world. Winner of the Asian Games, the men's singles title in Guangzhou, November 2010. Winner of the Asian Championships, the men's singles in 2009. Won the English Open in the City of Steel, Sheffield, in 2010, and the German Open in 2010. There we have Patrick Baum having his number attached to his back by former European champion Jörg Roskopf. Baum, runner-up in the European Championships in 2010. Excellent performance, quarter-finalist at the European Top 12 2010. Steady performances on the ITTF Pro Tour, semi-final Poland 2011, semi-final Poland again in 2010, runner-up in Japan in 2009. Bastian Steger, his partner, 23 in the world, has been as high as number 20, 30 years old, and there he is, going to put his towel in the appropriate area. Bastian Steger had his best performance of his career just before Christmas, this 2010, when he made the final of the ITTF Grand Tour finals in Seoul, losing in the final, but an excellent performance to get that far. Lost to Yun Mizutani from Japan.
Baum receives. Warm up, please.
Steger and Baum won the men's doubles title in Korea in 2010, and were runners-up in Slovenia in 2010. So they've got a pretty impressive record, but their opponents were runners-up at the last World Championships in 2009, and at the 2009 Asian Championships won the men's doubles title.
The key, isn't it, here for the Germans, how Baum can react now? Just, I believe, 1.5 hours ago, losing to Yusuke in a very, very tough match. Now he has to re-energize, refocus, come out here very, very hard and very aggressive, because the way the Chinese play doubles, we saw a little bit yesterday also, now with such a tight table. They go so tight to the table and they give you so very little time to react at all. So you got to be sharp in your footwork and in your execution in order to stay in those 2-3 points over the net, or put the ball over the net 3-4 times. If I put it very simple, people understand. But so I think Baum's performance is still the key here.
So the players are well into their 2-minute pre-match warm-up. Opportunity just to loosen up again, just get a few shots into the groove. But now the 2 minutes is up and the players are ready to start this quarter-final. It's the best of 7 games.
And Su Xin is one of the more interesting players
Love
actually on the Chinese team. I think he's a bit of an innovator. He's playing in the penhold grip. He's so fast and so lethal at times that I think it's unbelievable. And it wouldn't surprise me if he shows up here at the World Championships and comes up with a great performance both in doubles and singles.
1-0.
And that's why I think when it comes to the Olympics and who's Liu Guliang going to pick, Zhu Xin, of course, I totally agree. I mean, he's an amazing player. And, of course, left-handed has advantages when you play with a right-hander in doubles. Doubles is important in the Olympics team event. But he's number 6. There are 4 players ranked above him in China. But I think if I had to pick the 3 players for the team event, if China were playing in the final tomorrow, I've got a feeling I'd be putting Zhu Xin down to play.
Could very well be. I mean, the Olympic selection obviously China is a bit of a headache, and the reduction also that ITTF put through from 3 to 2 players makes it very difficult for the Chinese. So they have to respect. An Olympics is a special event for China, for obvious reason, for everybody, and they have to respect the rules in terms of also singles important, and then you cannot have 5 players and play around with them. You got to go with a firm selection, and then obviously there will be a lot of disappointed players in China, obviously not being able to play the Olympics. So tough selection. That's why Li Guliang is well paid, I guess.
It's a good problem to have, but nevertheless, as you say, some world-class players are going to be disappointed. Meanwhile, on court 1, Ma Long Zhu Xin leads 6-2. Ma Long had a fantastic game against Tokic from Slovenia in an earlier round of the men's singles, but it seems to have put him in good shape. He seems to be playing with more consistency, a lot of power.
And both these young guys, both Malong and Su Xin, you know, look how they move. I call them bouncy. I mean, they just bounce around, and wherever you play, they can play any shot they like. So that means that even if they're off balance, they will put power on you. So it's almost hopeless to know where you're going to place the ball, which is a key thing in doubles, and to find the tactics. It's not going to be easy for Steger and Baum, and the start doesn't indicate anything else.
It's just been a case of complete Chinese domination here. They've got in with the first strong topspin nearly every single time, hence the score 10-3, and hence 7 game points. And that nonchalant flick down the line from Zhu Xin. China take the first game 11 points to 3, and dare I say it, at this early stage, the outcome of this quarter-final almost inevitable.
Yes, it is, and you know what do you do? But you have to start again, and you have to really, you know, it's an intimidation factor also. You know, you can't really run around in terms of you're down 3-8, and you run around with your fists in the air. But at least you come out and you're ready to play, and that's my worry here. Also, is that Steger is playing this afternoon in singles. Baum has already played. Steger is an important match. Baum has just lost his single, and of course that comes with a great disappointment. So they have a bit of a challenge, the coaching staff on the German team, to really, you know, try to stay in this double and to create some kind of tension.
Players now back out at the table for the start of the second game, and it's Baum to serve.
Second game, Baum to serve.
Need to try and get in with the first strong topspin. They've got to keep the service tight, and then, of course, it's not just the power of the 2 Chinese players that's quite incredible. It's the delicate touch shots as well. Zhu Xin returning that very tight over the net.
1-0.
There's your Groskov. Not necessarily applauding the point, but he was applauding the tactics. The fact that Steger managed to get in with a fairly strong backhand topspin, and Germany then went on to win the point. Sometimes you'll see the coaches clapping even though the players lost the point. It's the fact they've played the point correctly that's the important thing.
1-3.
Again, that wasn't a bad effort. Has to be positive on the return of serves. No good playing safe, just returning it safely. Not against the number 5 and number 6 ranked players in the world.
2-3.
Well done by Baum, actually. He reached in very well and moved to that position and kept the ball short back, which is a key.
3-0.
Left-handed Baum there. Move well, the same here. Gets that foot underneath the table. That left foot enables him to play the shot from a controlled position. And then it was excellent use of the wrist coming through the back of the ball.
4.
That would be the opposite, and Steger really, you got to follow that ball. Pretty much sure he's now stepping out and doesn't come in quick enough, and that will be a nightmare for the Germans if he's not going to come closer.
3-5.
Topspin from Steger, just caught the edge of the table. 4-5. It's a great counter topspin from Zuzin.
They can take that ball from so many positions also. They go down, under, they go very, very deep in their foot, in the positions, really to pull that ball over. They play like that over the table, and they have so much range and are so good at playing the ball when they're off balance. It's absolutely fantastic.
4-8.
Not a bad return of serve from Steger, but Marlon just pounced on that ball with a strong forehand topspin. The pressure is relentless. Give them half a chance. And they're in 8-4, 4-8. China lead by
4-9.
now 5 points. Never mind the net, let's just go around the side of it. Superb forehand topspin. He was almost sat on the floor when he played that one. As you say, Michael, they can play them from anywhere. And that's the second game. 11 points to 4. And this will be testing the captaincy skills of former European champion Jörg Roskopf. Put yourself in his place, Michael. What are you saying to the two boys?
I would show a video from, what was it now, Dortmund 1989, when Jörg Roskopf and Stefan Fetzner themselves won the World Championships. Jörg was himself a fantastic double player, and he could move well. I mean, he had such a good force, a good footwork for doubles. He moved in, you remember, very quickly on the ball and get out to good position, and then Fetzner in there, and then Roskopf with his powerful game. So they played a modern double, actually, like these Chinese players do now. And it's all about the moving. I think they have to get their legs going. They have to get, both players firing on the same time. And this is not going to be easy by any means. And it's also a question of how much you practice doubles. I have a feeling that the Chinese will put, with the volume of practice that they have, and they knowing that, as you say, Olympic Games double will be a key factor in their defense of the Olympic team title. And I don't think any European players think like that, and I think for sure the German team will have focused on singles here and practice very little double. And that's a qualifying guess.
Love 2.
I may stand to be corrected when I speak to Mr. Roskopf later, but certainly doesn't look like they are in sync and know what one player is doing, and at the time you're kind of outside the rather.
Love 3. A mistake
from Marlon. He's human after all. 3-1 for China.
Three, two. Two, four.
Great flick over the table. Good footwork. He has a long reach. And it's the reverse backhand topspin return of serve. Put them under pressure from the word go. 2-5.
Left, 2-5. 6.
It's a fantastic display of new techniques, to be honest. He's seen, lining up forehand position, going over, top spinning, back and reverse, and then next time doing the same. It's unbelievable.
7, 2.
I'm not sure. I think that would have scored 9 out of 10 in the World Gymnastics Championships there, the shot from Zuzin. Let's have another look at this. Here he goes. And then the pirouette on the floor, cartwheel come whatever it was, but 9 out of 10 for artistic impression.
3, 7.
Do you concede? Can you concede the game? And that's it. White towel from Mr. Roscoe.
You get a feeling if this was a boxing match, we would be seeing the towel thrown in. They tell me in boxing that a boxer can only take so many beatings. It just psychologically becomes too much to handle. Well,
4.
this is a beating for sure. Having said that, it's not over, of course. And I think everybody in the hall would love to see the Germans come back. Nobody more so than myself, but I just find it so difficult to see at the moment.
9, 4.
Zuzin just has it all there. The short push to bring Patrick Baum in. Baum, of course, finalist at the European Championships.
5, 10.
A very good player, but being made to look very ordinary here by Zuzin
10,
and Marlon.
6.
And that's one Zuzin didn't like the mistake. He played fantastic here, but he missed one service, was too long, and he made a mistake and shook his head.
11.
And that is the third game to China. 11-6. Germany certainly improving. They've gone from 3 to 4 to 6 points. So this fourth game should, in theory, be their best game.
But isn't like this also that you can admire all parts of their games now? I mean, I think that their technique, their innovations, you put in the coaching, the quality coaching they have, and also now the unbelievable concentration and attitude when they come out to the court. There's no hesitation. They have so much energy also. And as you say, World Championships is so special for these players still. I have a feeling that many other, and especially many Europeans, they lose the focus somehow. They play in their clubs, they play in the club leagues, they play Pro Tour and all that. But here you have to come prepared. You've got to go through a tough preparation. You're going to come ready to play. You also come rested, and you come with that energy level that is required to both perform well for the sport itself and also to make a good result. And I'm worried there. I think you see a trend where the better players prepare better, then you're in some kind of trouble in terms of being a very predictable sport.
Well played. Germany there. In the lead, I think, for the first time. The relentless, powerful topspins from Marlon soon negate that lead. 1 point each.
One, two.
You can easily say that these Chinese players that effectively removed the blocking stroke from table tennis or anything. They're just there's one way forward, and that's the attack. Either you attack or in the service, or if the other players attack, you attack as well. So.
2-0.
Superb shot by Ma Long. More side spin on the ball there than Ma Long thought. Good serve from Steger. 2-3.
3-0.
Baum, I find though a very interesting player. He has some parts of his overall game, and perhaps the mental side needs to some improvements in terms of, you know, showing maybe more joy and a little more positive energy when he's playing. But skill-wise, he's one of those players that I can see improving quite a lot. If you look at, especially if you compare him to other European players for the moment.
4-5.
Halfway stage in the fourth game. 5 points each. Germany hanging on in there.
6-5.
Marlon. That forehand top's been so powerful.
5-7.
And Steger doesn't look too happy, but in fact he did two fairly okay returns and still got beaten on both pretty badly. It's not directly a confidence builder for your skill execution.
Five, 8.
Steger has the pleasure of Chinese opponent in the next round of the men's singles.
5.
Mr. Ma Lin, the Olympic champion, awaits him later on this evening. That was a good backhand down the line, in fairness to Steger, but the footwork. And then, as you say, Michael, they're able to pull off amazing shots when they've not in a well-balanced position.
11.
So 5-all to 11-5. And that was a very comfortable victory for Ma Long and Zhu Xin, the number 5 and 6 players in the world. They win 11-3, 11-4, 11-5, and 11-6. Not quite in that order. 3, 4, 6, and 5.
You combine and you get 18 points.
18 against 44.
That would be the correct math. No, I think I'm although unbelievably impressed in how they play doubles now. Really, they're taking that event to another level in terms of their performance, and they're so close to the table all the time. They're moving so well, and you know, you really need to be specialized on doubles, and you really need to find some kind of strategy. I don't know what. I don't think we'll find the right strategy up here either to beat such a good players. But at least you have to put pressure in the beginning. Then obviously it's a different game.
But I will put my neck on the line here. I've seen Chen Qi play with Ma Lin, Wang Hao play with Zhang Yike, and of course we've just seen Ma Long and Zhu Xin. I think these two, even though they're ranked 5 and 6, possibly the strongest Chinese pair. Not always the case that they'll win, but certainly on what I've seen so far, I just don't see an answer to those two. That was just a different level of doubles than I've ever seen before. Even when you got in, they just answer by getting back at you even harder than you've got in at them. I just thought that was an amazing performance.